the call from the boys, headed to the farm now. Grain cart time. Sounds like peas are good, dried down after being desiccated about a week, maybe a week and a half ago, and I guess we'll run it. We'll check it out. We'll see how it goes today. You ever wonder what farm life is like in northern Alberta? I'm Jessica, meet my husband Thomas, and our dog Ellie, and we'll take you through a day in our lives. Let's go! Duke! Hey, buddy! Hello! Hello, Duke! Sounds like peas are drying down. This field over here isn't quite dry down yet, but the one that we're headed to in the south is, and it always takes me a little while to figure out how to get this tractor going again, sitting there picking through all the buttons, but that's what happens when you only operate it once a year, right? So a lot of you know that I didn't actually grow up in northern Alberta. This is actually a new move for me. I moved here about 6 years ago now. I met a guy when I was at Olds College. I moved myself up here to be a part of the grain farm. We got married in 2017 and been trying to help out as much as I can ever since. It's a very different way of life. I grew up in central Alberta on what we would call farm. It's more of a hobby farm. We had cattle that we would show through 4-H, and we got to work for some of the farmers that lived around us, but never was a part of it in my everyday life. My dad is a mechanic, and he owns a fairly big shop in their hometown, and my mother's a teacher and a counselor, so that always didn't give us a lot of time to be a farm family. So it's been a big change, and I love it.
Yeah, they're not in mine either. I don't know if we have them yet. Well, they were in one of those machines on the floor in the cab when I was servicing up and everything earlier.
All right, everyone. First dump. 2021 pea crop. Here it is. It's coming off. We have employee Kelly back with us, so that's always exciting when we have enough workers for everybody. Stay tuned. Looks like this is going to be a good day. Well, that's never a good sign. Looks like the brother-in-law is checking out something on the header. Well, at least you got 3 passes done on a half a quarter. Good thing we got 3 combines. Breaking. Ooh. And they're off. Only the 100th parts run of the day. Oh, awesome. And this is Mark coming back. He brought us a wonderful empty truck to fill and hopefully parts so that he can fix the header on his combine. It goes a lot faster when we can have all 3 running. Right, Mark? This is a fun one.
That's your fault.
when you forget to check the bottoms of the truck. Make sure they're closed before you start unloading. That's gonna be a fun pile to shovel later. Alright, nothing like a little oopsie, but we're back in business now. Let's get this grain carter unloaded. With a few less peas on the ground, hopefully. Oh yeah, we'll shovel up that pile later. Ooh! Alright, back in business. Am I chasing you, Mark, or where am I going?
Yeah, come to the middle here and then we'll work. Me and Kelly are just going to go around and around on the inside here. And then until it gets too wide on the end, and then we'll finish up. Oh, look at that. I found him in my combine. Well, dump into your jet cone or heading north here when I get out to the my Draco. Are you confused?
Oh yeah, I totally had back east in my head when you said north. I wasn't even thinking.
I knew you thought I was going to go south.
So, part of the job of the grain cart, or I should almost say the entire job of the grain cart operator, is to make sure that the combines stay empty and have enough room to put the crop that they're pulling off into. So, in order to not interfere with production, you have to unload on the fly. So, driving as close as you can to the combine header without running it over, which at first I found really stressful because I'm driving a huge dual front and back tractor, which I admit is absolutely gravy for this job. Most people get stuck with the crappy tractor of the farm for the grain cart job, but I definitely lucked out there. But you have to drive this relatively large tractor very close to the header and maintain the speed as best you can with the combine. So here you can see in the corner I stay as close to the same spot as possible. This lets the combine driver do what he's got to do, and you make his life as easy as possible. And then when he's done unloading, I just peel off the side and tucks in the auger and continues combining without stopping. Just like that. Off he goes. And now I head back to the tractor for another dump. I think you're done, Mark. Second Sammy. Alright, let's go check out these peas. So the last set of peas look pretty dirty. Just gonna pop up and check what this set looks like. Oh yeah. Looking good. Mostly full hopper, got a little off center. Work on that for the truckers. This one looks a lot cleaner. That's it. Green peas. Nice color on those guys too.
Pretty clean? Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, right on. Well, I got this machine running again, and throttle seems to be working, so I don't know. There's a wiring gremlin in it somehow.
Where do you want me to go then, Mark, if you're not going to make it to the middle?
I think I will, but if I won't, then you have to come around all the way to the edge and back in. off in the middle there.
Well, so far this day is proving to be a pretty successful day. Just loading up the third Super Bee right now. Our third combine is finally rolling, and I am on the grain cart, and it is busy when all three combines are going. I don't really stop that long, so my only breaks are when I'm unloading. Yeah. Definitely gonna sleep good tonight. Pile of grain here. What the heck is with that? once you're done unloading one hopper, So here's the hoppers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this hopper opening is here. You move it forward to your second hopper. He's probably gonna have to. So your second hopper opens from the back right here. Start up your machine. Get your augers all running first. Never want to drop grain on an auger that's not moving. And begin unloading hopper number 2. So really important job of the guy who is unloading the grain at the bin yard is to make sure that he remembers to take samples of each of the hoppers that comes into the yard and gets loaded into the bins for storage. So he grabs this white stick with the white cup on the end of it, which is a nice small sample size, I guess, and he makes sure that throughout the unloading process he takes a little dip in the grain and stores it in this pail. Now each of these pails has a number on it, so this one is specifically number 17. These pails get stored in the grain office. Now the number 17 coordinates with the bin number. So as you can see over there, there's bin 17. This is where we're putting the peas. Now this pail will sit in the grain office, and anytime a prospective buyer or a elevator would like a sample of the grain before we sell it to them, this is the best way we can accurately represent the whole bin worth of seed, feed, grain, whatever you want to call it. Then they can assess its value, and it saves us from having to dip out of the top of the bin. Plus the top sample isn't the most accurate of the whole thing. So once you're done emptying your hopper, you crawl up to the top. You shut off your augers always. Crawl up to the top, sweep your grain down.
Don't do this every time, just because we're done with the peas.
Yes. Sorry. Just because we're done this load of peas and we're gonna switch grains.
Yes.
To wheat?
Yep.
So you wanna clean out all your old grain because you don't wanna be mixing your greens. It's as bad as growing peas in your wheat field. There's no point. Alright, once she cleaned up, good old hockey stick. Nothing better than just... This is the Simpson invention. Simpson Ventures, we can make you your own custom. Provide a link, you can purchase them online. That's what happens when you play hockey all winter, you got enough old sticks. Start up your augers. Clean up your tray. Flip down your sides. There you go. Once your pan is set, your tracks are set down. They're designed to actually drive your truck right over, so you don't have to worry about messing around, matching an auger underneath and moving an auger around. So there you go. So he moves his pan back as far as he can. So now when he shows up, he can overshoot and line it up with his mud flaps. I guess they're guards, but mud flaps, whatever. And pull the pan back forward. This is the fourth hopper on one of our Super B trains. Fire it up. That's it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So here we are up on top of our Super B. So at the very front we have the canvas over top of the first and second hopper. This third hopper. Here's the fourth hopper. It's emptying. This is the hole it creates. And this, kids, is why we don't play in grain. Especially when you're augering and you hear about people getting sucked into bins, and this is that suction, that quicksand of peas. We're looking at a set of green peas. What are we looking at?
You're looking for a uniform, deep, rich, dark green color. You don't want to see all these yellow ones. Those are all bleaches.
Because they're not yellow peas, they're bleached green peas.
That's right. And then our one combine, look, we got one split there. That's not bad though, one split. A couple of these big juicy ones are really bringing our moisture up in our sample, but the majority of the field is good to go, so we're taking it off. Got nice full floor aeration on the bin, so it'll dry down fairly easy. Lots of air movement. Yeah, that's our bees.
So usually we hope for a little less shells in our peas. Of course this is the end, so there's always going to be a little shells left. And we try to avoid these shells because they make a bit of a mess in the bin.
Billy and I are on in the solar night, probably, or what? It's gonna be, if we be lucky to even get that far. How much is in that truckload there, Jen?
I think if I get you 3 and what you've done in the next 10-15 minutes, the back hopper should be full. Because I'm half full on the front of the back trailer.
Oh yeah, we'll finish this truck off.
Well, that wraps up the first day. That was a pretty good day all in all. We sent out the first combine and it went awesome. Sent out the second combine, and other than a little gear on the header needed to be changed, it got a little stripped out there after the second pass, and then he ran fine for the rest of the day. And our third combine was a little bit more of a struggle, trying to figure out what's going on. Of course, we have to have some electrical issues, and we're running a little bit older equipment, so a little more monkeying around with that. Took them a couple hours to finally figure out what was going, and got that bad boy going, and then it was fine for the rest of the evening. So filled a couple Super Bs and got them in the bin. Yeah, it was a good day. I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings us now.